let's talk about how to grow lettuce. So you've got lots of different options, friends. Of course, there is a rainbow of different lettuces to sow, but also lots of different options. Lettuce is so easy to grow, whether it's direct sown or transplanted, and they're very widely adaptable within a wide range of growing conditions and growing containers when grown indoors as well. So first, let's go through the different types of lettuce to grow. So there are cool season lettuces, there are warm season lettuces, and there are some that are genuinely good at both. Also, there's head lettuce and there's like baby salad mix. So let's talk spring lettuce. So we're here, it's the middle of April, and we are sowing these two varieties right now, Winter Density and Flashy Troutback. Also, Play-Doh 2 are romaine. Romaines are remarkably cold tolerant. Who knew? They're also interesting because they're bolt tolerant, so they're great for summer. So there's some overlap, but especially this Winter Density, which also is remarkably bolt tolerant. So we actually do love it in summer too, but this is one of our primary go-tos for spring. And also this Flashy Troutback romaine, fun fact, those red pigments actually function as kind of sunscreen and cold protection too. So it's a little, though they're a little more resilient grown in the cold compared to a green romaine. So check it out. Here are a couple butter crunch and butterhead lettuces that are truly summer lettuces. Gros plan perezeuse, which vaguely translates to fat lazy blonde, which she in fact is. And Optima, just a very large, beautiful, a loose leaf head and a butter crunch head that are bolt tolerant, marvelous for the heat of summer. And some lettuces are genuinely across the seasons. So this new red fire has the marble of the four seasons in its parentage, and so genuinely is wonderful. A huge red loose leaf in summer, but also in spring and especially in the cool of fall. We've even eaten her for Thanksgiving. So those are all head lettuces that you can in fact grow, especially the romaines, as leaf lettuce, but you can also get our mix, which has all kinds of lettuces perfect for leaf. So this I would never transplant, I would just direct sow, and we sow really 20 to 30 seeds per foot, really densely, and cut and come again style. We will enjoy several cuttings and of baby leaves and then be done. Where our lettuces, we sow, and here's where we start to talk about containers. Lots of different containers because honestly, their lettuce just isn't picky. They have, some plants have a very sensitive root system, like cucurbits, like cucumbers and watermelon. They hate being transplanted. They have a very sensitive root system. Lettuce has the exact opposite. So our favorite is to sow them in soil blocks because they just grow the healthiest plants. So we grow them in our largest style, a soil block. But honestly, they're gonna be just fine in a peat pot. Is going to be great. If you have a cell tray or 6-packs, that'll also do. They'll grow fabulously. And honestly, if you also, yes, there it is. This cup is, kind of a classic way to start seeds. Not the best, not the worst. And as a result, lettuce is going to do just fine. So you've got lots of options for lettuce. It's a 4-week transplant, so we plan on sowing it 4 weeks before we're planting it out, and these cold hardy lettuces will start indoors approximately at the end of March, beginning of April, so we're planting them outdoors 1 month later at the end of April, beginning of May. So they can totally take a touch of frost if they've been hardened off, and they will in fact be that much sweeter. And so yeah, lettuce, but we're sowing it now, early spring, and we're sowing it all the way till mid and sometimes even late September. So those later plantings, we're just sowing them as baby mix. We're not expecting them to be big, beautiful heads, but you can be succession sowing lettuce all throughout the seasons. So honestly, we're sowing every 3-4 weeks. We're sowing more heads of lettuce as well as more lettuce mix because I love having both in my life. And so that way we're really using different varieties to grow these heads across the seasons. And we even have different lettuce. We have one standard lettuce mix, but we have different mesclun mixes that are similar, that have a lot of diversity in flavor and colors as well. So we have a cold hardy mesclun mix and a really spicy mesclun mix, and then just a classic mesclun mix as well. So a final little touch on sowing lettuce. Lettuce seed is really small. So here, if you didn't already see the video on sowing lettuce seed, instead of trying to manage it with your fingers, snag a toothpick. And with a toothpick, moisten it on the tip of your tongue or a little jar of water. And then with that moistened tip of the toothpick, you can effortlessly pick up one single seed or two and be planting them on top of your soil block, cell tray, whatever it is that what you're growing in. So that's a fun little trick. I love that. Touch the toothpick to the water or my tongue, touch the seed, roll it off into the center of this cell tray, and you're good to go. A thing with lettuce also is that they're really small. I'm sure you've noticed. And so you only want to be sowing seeds twice their depth. So it's a really common mistake to simply sow these seeds too deeply. And now you know, you just need to sow them just so, ever so slightly, and resist sowing them too deeply, and you'll be so happy you did. Here is some lettuce that is just over a week old. I'm so proud of her, and so she'll be going out to the garden in another 10 days, 2 weeks. And yeah, if you haven't already checked out also, take notes as you're sowing seeds, friends. And one of the ways that we take notes is with this Across the Seasons perpetual calendar. And you'll see there's dates, but not days of the week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there are years. So 2020, and we're writing down when we're harvesting, when we're sowing, what birds are arriving, all of these details throughout the seasons. So today I'm going to be writing that we're sowing winter density lettuce in our large soil blocker, and I can't wait to then also take notes on when we plant it out and when we're harvesting. And I hope that you take notes in whatever way brings you joy, and that you enjoy so much lettuce for so many seasons to come.